Hey everybody, Yankee here. One thing that I am well aware of is that a lot of you people out there see me as somebody's crazy ranting grandpa, or let's say uncle. I'm not quite that old. And that I don't often make a lot of sense. I'm just very loud and I have some crazy ideas. Like when I tell people that the current, flood of anti-gun laws that are coming along right now after Bruin was passed have nothing to do with taking away our rights. That's not their goal. They know because of Bruin, they're not going to be successful in taking away our rights. They're going to be stomped down in court. There's going to be injunctions immediately. They're going to lose court cases, and eventually Supreme Court's going to rule on it. And it's going to be the law of the land that all these things are going to fall, like assault weapons bans, magazine bans, enhanced background checks, things like that. They're going to fall away because they are unconstitutional. So the laws they're crafting now are about destroying the retailer. Your mom and pop shop, even your big box stores. They're going to make it to where big box stores don't want to carry guns and they want to run mom and pop shops out of business. And a lot of people go, well, what would be the point of that? They can't do that. That's not going to work. Blah, blah, blah. Won't work. Blah, blah, blah. Yes, it will work. And that's exactly what they're doing. And what they're doing right now with Senate Bill 5078 in Washington is they're kind of jumping the shark on that whole idea. They're just kind of like getting rid of the whole pretense that they're doing anything about safety. The bill they're going to pass, and they're having a hearing on it on March 14th. If anyone's going to be in the Olympia area of Washington, I'm going to definitely try to be there. I'm going to be there. So the bill they're trying to pass is making it to where basically if somebody comes in, buys a gun at a retailer who can legally purchase a gun, they go through the background check, they get the okay to go proceed from the government. If that person then decides to violate the law with that firearm, then the retailer is responsible. That's ridiculous. That's like saying if you are a car dealership and you sell a car to someone who later gets mad at his wife and runs her over, well, you're responsible for that. Or if you sell a car to someone that you had any reasonable opinion to think that they might be a drinker, and then they get a DUI and hurt somebody, well, then you're responsible for that. That's what they're trying to do with guns. And this isn't anything to do about public safety. It's clearly just to put retailers out of business. They want to run the small gun shops out of business by having them fight frivolous lawsuit after frivolous lawsuit after frivolous lawsuit. They're basically opening them up to liability for any illegal act made with a gun that was purchased at their business, even if the person who bought it was perfectly able to buy the gun legally. That's ridiculous. That's what they're wanting to do. They're basically just wanting to throw frivolous lawsuit after frivolous lawsuit against any dealership that sold a firearm, any retailer, if there's a crime committed with a gun. Even if someone just suspects the gun came from them but doesn't even know that it did, they can file a lawsuit. And it won't take many lawsuits to run a small business out of business. And it won't take much of a cost to make big box dealers who make very little money on guns to make them stop saying it's not worth selling them. So that's what they're trying to do now. They're not trying to take your right away. They know they can't do that. What they're trying to do right now is destroy the retailers. They're trying to destroy our source for firearms. Because here's the thing, if they run out the dealerships, well, then the distributors have got nowhere to sell their product, so they go out of business. And without distributors, the manufacturers can't get their products to market, so they go out of business. That's what they're doing right now. That's their plan. They're not looking to amend the Constitution or even have a bill or a law that stands regarding infringements on your rights. They're looking to destroy the distribution system for firearms so that they can run the manufacturers, the distributors, the retailers out of business. That's clearly their goal. So do not let that happen. Now, I'm not saying there's a lot you can do about the passage of the law, but here's what we can do. If you live in Washington, especially, if this passes, if any of these laws pass, support your local gun shop. Don't buy guns online. Don't buy a single round of ammo online. Put that money towards your gun shop. And when you're talking about, I got to give money to the NRA and stuff like that to fight these lawsuits. No, the NRA's not fighting them. They're just taking your money. They take $1, give a dime to the cause. So find out where these fights are actually being held. If your local gun shop is fighting these battles, help them. Donate to the cause. Find out who's directly supporting that legal action and support them. Stop giving money to these national organizations that don't help. Stay local. Because right now, the whole goal, especially in the state of Washington and we're the test case, is to run the retailers out of business first. And like I said, they've jumped the shark with this law. There's no way they can even pretend this is about safety. It's clearly about legal liability, financial liability, and bankrupting retailers by putting a burden upon them that they should never have. Like I said, no one would ever support saying, hey, if you sell kitchen cutlery to some family and then later, their child or their 20-year-old worthless son takes one of the kitchen knives and goes out and stabs the neighbor, well, you're going to suffer for that. They can sue you for providing them that table knife. That's ridiculous. No one would ever support anything like that. Also, it'd be like, every time there's a DUI, someone be able to sue Jack Daniels. It's ridiculous. It is a blatant attempt to destroy the gun industry in this country so that people can't get firearms. That's what they're doing. They're trying to be sneaky about it, but they're not even being good about being sneaky about it because anyone paying attention can see it. So like I said, be aware of it and stop focusing on they're trying to take my rights, because they're not going to take your rights. And stop falling for you got to give money to the GOA and the NRA because they're going to try to take your rights. No. These cases are open and shut now under Bruin. Keep your money and use it, spending it at gun shops. Instead of giving $50 to the NRA, go buy a magazine. Go buy some ammo at your local gun shop. Help fill their coffers a little bit for when they have to fight these battles. Especially here in Washington, Sporting Systems is like the biggest single entity fighting these laws in the state of Washington. I think I said Oregon. I always forget where I live for a minute. But in the state of Washington, Sporting Systems is the number one soldier out on the front line fighting these. So go support your local gun shops. Get out of this, I've got to give this money to a big national group so that they can protect me mindset, because that doesn't work. They keep, like I said, they take $1, give a dime, if that, usually a nickel, to the actual cause. So just go directly to the cause. In the days of the internet, we can go directly to the cause. And I will once again try to put a link below to the local group here in Washington. So if you want to ask if there's something you can do, just text them or actually contact them. But like I said, the left, the anti-gun left, has jumped the shark on what they're trying to do because it is so obvious now, and we can't let them get away with it. And the only way we can stop them is we know we'll beat them in court. They haven't got a chance of these things standing. But in the meantime, don't let them succeed in running our gun shops out of business. And with that being said, I want to remind everyone, hey, as you know, I am suspended from YouTube because I am loud and do a lot of crazy things. So no more live chats on my channel for a while. We're holding them every night, but we're holding them on a different channel. So if you want to find them, go over to my Patreon. There's a link in the upper corner of this video. There'll be a link there. And today I will remember to make it for everyone. Yesterday I forgot to click that button so people couldn't see it. Today I'll actually make it visible. You don't have to be a patron or anything like that. You just go over there, go to Patreon. It'll take you directly to the post. Click that link. It'll take you to our live chat tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Another thing I want to remind everyone is if you want to support Pets and Vets, since we cannot do live chats, and that's how this channel makes money to support Pets and Vets is live chats. Since we can't do that right now, we've had to come up with alternative sources. So if you want to support Pets and Vets and this channel, please go over to tympistolproject.com. There's a link to that in the upper corner of this video also. When you go over there to the website, you'll see that there's a place at the top. You can either just donate through PayPal, or you can buy some merchandise. Either way, go over there, help support Pets and Vets and the channel, keep doing what it's doing while YouTube is trying to stop us. And they're trying to stop us just because I showed a grip to the camera in a live chat. They'll use any excuse whatsoever to try to shut down anything pro-gun on the internet. And I think they're especially afraid of this channel because we don't rabble-rouse. So they can't say, oh, they're bad people. They're always looking for trouble. We don't look for trouble. So they have to go after us like, oh, they showed a grip. That was so dangerous. So if you want to support the channel, like I said, or the Pets and Vets program, go on over there. There's some cool shirts over there now. I think there's quite a few of them. We've got the Glockade shirt. We've got the Gary shirt. We've got the Mess with the Mew Mew, Mess with the Meow, or Bow Wow? Is that what? Mess with the Bow Wow or mess with the Mew Mew? Get the Pow Pow or the Pew Pew. So if you want to go over there and get a cool item, go over there and get those. Or like I said, just donate and we'll keep doing what we're doing. Hey everyone, Yankee here. In my videos, we often cover some complicated subjects with a lot of gray area. So if you would like to further discuss anything said in my videos, please join us in one of my live chats. Live chats are held most days at 6 p.m. Pacific time, except for Monday and Wednesday when they are at 5 p.m. Pacific. There is a clickable link to the live chats in the upper right-hand corner of this video. If you disagree with anything I've said in a video, feel free to participate in Spank the Yank. You can come on the live discussion panel and let me know face to face how I was wrong.